So I've realized that I can't do this vlog inside when I have this beautiful view and when it is such a wind still day. This is in our back garden, and I've realized that, I realized that I've done a vlog in Afrikaans regarding when your body is like tired and you feel like everything is just too much. But even in that situation, when God can use it to His glory or for His glory or part of your testimony. Now, for those of you that have looked at or watched my vlogs, you know my journey, you know what I've gone through, but just like a 1 or 2 minute recap for those who haven't done it yet. I feel the wind start blowing. It's been a difficult few years. I had seizures, went to the doctors, they did MRIs. The first time I had a seizure, they thought I had, I can't think of the English word, breinvliesontsteking. Can't think of, just Google it. But I realized that every time I had a seizure, it happened around 3 o'clock in the morning. And as I shared, and maybe we will look into that a bit later on, but I've realized that there were 2 reasons for me having the seizures. First off, and people can say what they want, but I've got word from different people, but obviously then from God, that it was a attack from the enemy, which is the devil, because I was during this time of struggle, I was positive and I just fought through it, and I just didn't look. And this is where the other reason coming. It was also medically, my body just couldn't take it anymore. And I've realized that when my body isn't working the way it should be, or when I'm, what's the English word? When I need can't think of the English word now, but if you need someone else's help, if you're dependent on someone else, it's very difficult for me. And there was this one specific time when I did a course in Pretoria, and when we came to the part where I talked about temperaments, when we got to the part where we talked about the boxwood, the rosebush, which is in disc profiles, it is the choleric. It is those that just go on and on and on. Sometimes they're workaholics. They don't know when to stop. They want to be the best. They're very driven, and they don't know when to stop. And God told me, share what has happened to you, but go into detail. And sometimes you don't mind sharing things in your life, and obviously that's why I started this vlog, because I've realized that I really want to share with people. And when sharing with people, I want to make others share their stories so that you can be the inspiration for other people around you. But it was just one of those days where I just didn't want to talk about what happened. And because I've shared a lot about what happened to me, people started, what's the word, identified, or not put a label on me, but they like, oh, Crisanda, how's your seizures? And I don't want to be Crisanda with the seizures. I don't want to be known as that. I'm Crisanda, the king of all kings' daughters. I'm a princess. That's what I want to be known of. And he just laid it on my heart, but I was just like, I don't want to share it. And after a while, I just realized I really need to be obedient because God is not going to stop until I share. So I've shared, and I've shared in detail, what was the triggers, how I felt, what happened to me, things that might cause it, what's the effect, what's the stream effect that happened to me, and that was obviously the back fracture that I had. And while I was sharing, there was two friends sitting next to each other, and one of them, their husbands couldn't be there, and I saw the one friend looking at her friend, and that friend whose husband couldn't be there, she just started crying, and I was like, okay. And then, but I just keep calm and I just went on like it's normal. And then there was a couple in front of me, and the husband and wife looked at each other, and the wife, I can see that there was something going on there. And then there was a couple there, and the wife started being very emotional. And then there was a couple next to me, and the husband, I saw the wife looking at her husband, and the husband just went like this. And I finished, and I really wanted to know, what happened. So I just said, you know what, by sharing this, it wasn't easy. And this is why it wasn't easy. I feel like, what's the English word? I'll think of the English word now. But this was very difficult for me sharing it. But I just felt that I need to be obviously obedient. And I asked them, who of you wants to share, about something that happened similar to you, or want to add something or ask something, whatever. And then the lady whose husband couldn't be there, she just said that her husband also gets seizures. He's also very choleric, or boxwood. Rosebush, and that he doesn't talk to her. She doesn't know what's going on. She doesn't know how to help him. He's just like, pushing her away. And by sharing, she understands that for him it feels very, you feel very self-conscious, because you're out of control. Your body do stuff that looks funny, and for a choleric person, that is just, you don't want other people to see it. And then now she knows how he feels. She can, what to do, how to help him, and pray for him. The other couple, her husband got a call and they had to quickly leave. I don't know what happened there, They didn't, and they couldn't attend the second session. So I don't know what happened there. And then the other couple, she just told me that her mother is also very sick with cancer, and she's just working all the time, very driven, don't know when to stop. And she just wants her mother to know that, you know, what can happen to you. Listen to your body, because her mom is, you know, by getting sick, by getting seizures, by getting tension headaches, it's like your body crying out and say, please listen, you know, time out. And then and now she can, you know, tell her mom of someone and the extreme things that can happen to you, and obviously what happened to her mom, and communicate, because I told them communication is so important, you know, if you know someone that goes through it. And to the couple that was sitting next to me, the husband just said that today was his wake-up call from God, because he's going through all the things that he started to feel was the things that was was signs that he also, you know, was going through, and that he struggles to sleep, his brain doesn't want to shut down and all of that. And he didn't know that it can be as extreme as getting seizures and then, you know, getting a back fracture, which is obviously, you know, not the average. But I just realized that even though you are going through difficult things and difficult times, and maybe things in your life that you feel like, how can this be from God? Because God said he just wants, you know, wealth and health. And when I say wealth, it means, you know, a lot of things. He just wants for his kids. I mean, we all, you know, those of you who have kids, you just want the best for them. So, but even while going through this, because we live on earth, we're not in heaven where everything is just awesome and going well. He can always turn this so that it can be your testimony, so that you can go out and say, listen, this is what happened to me. And maybe you can be that person's wake-up call, because God used you as an instrument and he works through you. You just need to be obedient. And that's for today.